Waratah Warriors, boys, and sing along with me. We are the Eagles on the road to victory. All for one and one for all, we'll answer to the call. We're the greatest team of all. Waratah Warriors forever. We will always stick together. We will always do our best to see it through for the good old road and blue.
G'day and welcome once again to Shred at the Shed. Firstly, like we normally do, we'll thank the sponsors, BMD, ALPA, SLR, MBS, CFS Gear, DTA Contractors, Hardy Aviation, Sandra Property Group, Silks Darwin, Air Raid Records, Lawrence Air, Pritchard Francis, City Tyre Service, Sea-Link Northern Territory, Elders Insurance Darwin, Bendigo Banks and Finlayson's Lawyers. I'll see if I can get through in one breath next time to work on my skills there. Let's review the match. Round 6. We played the PINT Green Ants, Friday 5th of November, 7pm. Location, DXC Arena, just down the road from the shed. So it's a cricket ground, the MCG it's called, the Waratah cricket ground. So pretty dried, muddy cricket pitch when it's not raining. I'm sure that would get pretty slippery once it starts raining. So it was around 30 degrees and 70% humidity, as we discussed last week. The wind we predicted would die down. But it really picked up that fourth quarter. We had a really strong gust, really 7-goal breeze in the end it turned out to be. We were down by 4 points and I thought a cyclone was coming through. It was cold. It was a cold wind. Don't really get that in Darwin much around this time, so that was interesting. We'd never played PINT before, and they got off to the first win, I guess. So the positives for us at the game, despite losing, our tackle pressure was up. We had 60, and we broke even at stoppages despite their hit-out advantage. Some room for improvements was our low inside 50s, only 27. It's hard to win games of footy with that many. We got outworked. Midfield turnovers as well cost us. So with skills and decision-making stuff sort of been the trend this year. So we're down by 4 points going to the last, like I said, and we end up losing by 47. Unfortunately, so the goals came mostly from turnover. So they had 5 more turnover goals than us, which hurt us, and also 3 more stoppage goals, so 3 to none, and none of us kicked goals from kick-in. So that's where the game was won and lost. So go over to the individual stats. Tommy Boys, 10 Kentucky possessions, 8 tackles, 4 clearances, 9 ground ball gets, 8 handballs at 100% efficiency. No point handballing if you're going to miss a target. Daniel Wheatra with 23 touches, 7 rebound 50s and 10 marks. Stevie Motlop, 2 goals, 5 inside 50s, 17 kicks. Mitch Taylor, 7 spoils. He's just topping that every week. Marlon Motlop with 4 clearances. Daniel Clee, 4 1%ers. Brody Newman, 5 intercept marks. Dave McFarlane, 8 handball receives. And Ash Backlund with 11 hitouts. Debutants, Dusty Briscoe. He cracked in hard all game and I really liked how he went about it. Our Intersport Game Changer Award went to Tommy Boys. Must be something in the water last couple of weeks. We've had some Perth winners, so I'm sure he'll enjoy that $50 Intersport Game Changer Award voucher to go towards something like some footy boots. I think they're hanging on by a thread for Tommy. Over to the other Wanderers Footy Club games. The under-18s played Tars. I don't know why it doesn't line up with the senior group, but they played Tars and went down by 66. The twos went down by 118 to PINT, and the women's also played PINT, a really strong PINT women's team, so 0 to 99 there. Over to some events coming up. We've got the iPod Shuffle Night next week, Saturday the 19th of November, round 8. So the rules: cost $15 to submit a song. Songs submitted must be under 4 minutes. Money's got to be paid by 18th of November, day before. And the last song wins the prize money and first in best dress. I've submitted Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit, so that's a guaranteed win. So everyone else is, just put money in just for a good time anyway. So nice angry song there, especially good to be played on game day, get you up and about. And also during the day, the players will raffle and make a bit of cash for Movember, raise a bit of money for a good cause. And also the next week as well, that's the sort of end of November, we'll sort of do a little, organise a prize to see who can raise the most money, I guess, before we shave them off. Every week as well for our Muk Muks Movember, I get a little email about why we do Movember. So I'll just share this. Globally, men die 4.5 years earlier than women, largely for preventable reasons. 2 out of 3 suicides are men, and more than 1.4 million men are diagnosed with prostate cancer each year. And testicular cancer is the most common cancer among young men. So every dollar we raise directly goes towards improving the lives and health of men. And thanks so much to the donations so far. Keep them coming in. Courtney Ward, Justine Motlop, Jessica Sohn, Anna Lane, Tony Fuller, Ariane Anning, Jenny Collison, Emma Puddy, and Julie Collison. We've got 23 participants now, so got a couple of ins, so we could field a footy team, which is great. Adams, Arbin, Backlund, Bates, Butson, Casemiro, Clee, Joel Cabello, Dos Santos, Keelan Fijo, Friend, Fuller, Mansell, McLean, Murray, Brenton Motlop, Matty Motlop, Stevie Motlop, Newman, Priest, Simpson, Totham, and Daniel Wheatrap. And once again, player fines can go towards Movember this month. So we've added a $10 fine for anyone that's played once and they miss training without letting Aaron know in advance. And it's obviously got to be a good enough reason. I'm going to go back in time, look through the stats because they record clangers. So it's going to be $1 per clanger. So the minimum fine has been reduced after all the speculation that the minimum fine would be increased. It's gone the other way. But I'm sure that we've had plenty of clangers. So yeah, we'll be pretty rich if we keep going at this rate. $2 behind as usual. So let's cross over the spreadsheet. So I'll just say the story, all the other ones like those things, behinds and clangers and all that. I'll just ignore them for now. So what have we got? So a fine, Brenton Motlop for crashing his car into Erlo's boat, and a fine for Erlo for thinking Brenton could actually collect his boat. Brody Newman for unsuccessfully demoing a tick lead at training. He's pretty confident and he just got that wrong. That was pretty funny. Dane, 567 holding the ball free kicks against once again. He could have had about 90 touches if he didn't get caught. And also another fine to him for not learning his teammates' names. He's calling Tom Boys Arbs. And he could have also got more touches there. So come on, 20. What else we got? This was a while ago. Josh Willow. He let Friendy fall into croc-infested waters. So Friendy had chucked his $10 lure and got it caught in some branches, and they went up to it, and Friendy was trying to grab it, and he said reverse a little bit, but Willow put the reverse to put it on too much, I guess, and he's fallen in, and yeah, there's a lot of crocs around those parts, so funny now, but yeah, maybe just cop the $10 on the chin, I reckon, and don't worry about that if you're going to fall in. Arbs as well went shooting for the first time, so he thought he was a sniper when they were chasing some goose down, and Fuller and Newman were chasing a goose. And he just keeps running with the gun, and they're just yelling, "Put the gun down, Arbs!" So there's a fine there, mate. Just look after your teammates. Shillabia, no Muk Muks multi sent through for me for this pod, so that's a fine. Fuller, another week with no potty released, so that will just keep accumulating till he, talks a big game about this on the Pine podcast. Nothing yet. And Keenan Thompson, not paying for 100 Club, so he's number one. So he won the raffle and he came up and he was demanding the cash. He said, "Oh, yeah, I'll just pay you back later." But no, to win you've got to pay first. So he's been wanting a shout out actually on this podcast. He's our number one listener, so he'll love that. Be careful what you wish for. So that's fines. There's also other fines, but they're the funny ones. So yeah, once again, Shillabia, Muk Muks multi fine. Nothing to say there, and I've got no idea about betting, so I won't be helpful there. 100 Club. So yeah, at $5 every week, Thursday at the shed. See Brody Newman if you want to get involved. And yeah, said the Keenan story. That's funny. Ladder. Let's go to the ladder. On top, on 18 points, Palmerston Magpies. 16 points, the Waratah Warriors. 14 points, Southern Districts Crocs. 12 points, Nightcliff Tigers. 10 points, Pint and Darwin Buffaloes. 8 points, St Mary's. 4 points, us and Tiwi Bombers. Over to the NT football with Jackson Clark's segment. Ex-AFL watch Hamish Hartlett from Port is set to debut for Nightcliff Tigers. And Jacob Darson, he actually debuted against us for PINT. He's from the Suns, and he dominated. Over to the match preview, round 7. We've got the Waratah Warriors. 12th of November, 7 p.m. TIO, home game. We don't often play TARS at the TIO either. It's usually Tracy Village, our other home ground, or Gardens, their home ground. So the temperature should start around 33 degrees and dip just below 30. Humidity will rise from 57% to 76%, roughly. And the wind should die down from 16 kilometres an hour down to 10. But last time I said that, we had a bloody cyclone come through, so you never know with Darwin. Things change last minute. We've got some debutantes as well. Tyson White and Jared Andrews, some under-18s, absolutely tearing it up at training. So pretty pumped for them and stoked that they'll get their opportunity. And junior coach Daniel Fuller will have the young'uns, the under-12s and the under-14s, to watch us warm up and run out on the ground with us. So that will be a good experience. We won't go through the previous results. We're leaving in the here and now. So let's just focus on that. Oppo analysis. Waratah first for free kicks in the comp, which means they're often first of the footy. They average the most 1%ers, most inside 50s in the comp, top 3 in techie possessions, uncontested possessions, handball receives, hit-outs, forward 50 marks, 4th in clearances, and ground ball gets. So what we can glean from that is their discipline. They work hard. They control the footy at some times, and then other times they're able to run and gun and go fast. They look for switches and 45s. They've got good skills, and they play a zone defence by the look of it. They're also pretty chirpy as well, so they might, hopefully not, but they might try to suck us into some free kicks. And my boy, Jaden Magro, absolutely dominating, small forward, 17 goals in 6 games, 9 forward 50 marks, not sure what's happening there. You can't see him over a blade of grass, but he can kick at 70. He's a terrier. He actually has 2 bull terriers as well. And on flat as attack, we couldn't get him over to the Wanderers, but that's life. And I always hope he does well, except for when he plays the Muk Muks. So the other Wanderers Footy Club games, in the under-18s, we've got at Friday night, actually, 7 p.m. We played the Buffaloes. Twos playing at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And also the women's leading us in at 5 p.m. So all at TO as well on Saturday. This week's club legend, Russell RJ Jeffrey, played 120 games for the Wanderers Footy Club. In 89-90, he was runner-up Nichols Medal. So that's like the Brownlow equivalent. He captained 9 seasons, including the 92-93. He was a premiership captain plus Cheney medalist, the Norm Smith equivalent. And in 93-94 and 94-95, he was captain and coach. So can't imagine how difficult that would be. And after that, in 95, he was in the team of the decade as well. 5 times NT News Team of the Year, including twice as captain. 13 times NTFL representative, and inducted into the AFL NT Hall of Fame. NTFL Life member in the 09-10 season. And the first territory footy player to represent Vic in the State of Origin. And lastly, the Wanderers Team of the Century at centre-half back and as captain. So that's huge. I've got another Eagle quote, just the usual, before we conclude. And it's a bit more of a, just a quick little poem one. So, by Moss Def, don't look down, it's an impossible view. Fly like an eagle, whatever you do. So that's a wrap. Have a great week. To all the Muk Muks out there, take care and go the Eagles.
If you are a Wanderers boy, then sing along with me. We are the Eagles on the road to victory. All for one and one for all, we'll answer to the call. We're the greatest team of all. Go the Wanderers forever. We will always stick together.